Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another fun-filled edition of Vinny's Take. Not real fun-filled this year. You know, when I started doing these Vinny's Takes, they were about stuff that was going on in sports, my opinions on a race, like a pennant race or a Super Bowl contention or something like that. But this year, 2020, has really turned into some interesting stories. And although I've been silent a lot of it, I am silent no more. Last night, I went on a rant about college football and the Big Ten and the Pac-12, and I incorrectly announced that the Big 12 had also said no, that they weren't going to play. That was wrong. The Big 12 is going to play. Not only are they going to play, they released a schedule today. But it's gotten a little bit more interesting with the Big Ten. Apparently, the Big Ten isn't just isn't just satisfied with ruining college football in that area and postponing it till next year. No. They want to threaten their member conferences that if they go ahead and play, they're going to kick them out of the conference. Nebraska wants to play. Scott Frost and the Nebraska Cornhuskers want to play. Hashtag we want to play. And the Big Ten has said that they would kick anybody out if they played football this fall. Well, I say go ahead. First of all, you don't think that somebody's not going to eat up Nebraska in a heartbeat? You don't think the Big 12 wouldn't take them back? Here is a story by Andrew Joseph in USA Today Sports. Here's a little snippet from his story. With the Big 12, ACC, and SEC going forward with fall football, Nebraska, dissenting vote in the Big Ten's decision to cancel football in 2020, came out swinging at the league's decision. Head football coach Scott Frost and athletic director Bill Moose raised the possibility of Nebraska going rogue and trying to compete elsewhere, something that cannot happen if the school wanted to keep its lucrative Big Ten membership. According to ESPN's Desmond Howard, the damage has already been done, and he said in Wednesday morning appearance in Get Up, the Big Ten should just kick Nebraska out of the conference. Desmond, I agree with you. Kick them out. Let them go play football if they want. How dare they? How dare Nebraska want to play football in the fall? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that these old men are deciding the fates of these young college athletes. And it's not just football, obviously, it's fall sports. So it's soccer and it's cross country and volleyball and whatever else is played in the fall. You know, I played college football. Back in the fall of 1997, I was a seventh string wide receiver at SUNY Canton. I got into 3 games. And that was some of the greatest memories of my life, my athletic career, obviously, was being able to play. Being able to suit up, even though I wasn't the best, but having that chance. And for a lot of kids, when those games are done, when that season ends, especially for seniors, they're done. Very few ever go pro. Some only 300 are drafted, and maybe another 100 get to sign unrestricted free agent contracts after the draft. And of those 400 or so, maybe 200 stood up for a game. Maybe 100 will have a career go over 3 years. Or maybe 1 makes it to the Hall of Fame. You know, I get people's fear on the virus. I think it's irrational. I mean, it's a virus with a 99% or maybe 97% survival rate, especially amongst college-age kids. I agree with Nick Saban. And I'm a Georgia fan, so I'm not a big Saban fan, but I agree with Nick Saban. It is safer and healthier for these kids to be under the program, training, around the doctors and medical profession, the rehab, and yes, the testing, than it would be for them to just be in the dorm rooms, doing who knows what, going who knows where, partying, or even worse, going home and doing distance learning when they get bored and they go out and party with their own friends. It's not anymore a question of whether we as fans need sports. It is a question of society, America. The players and the athletes need sports. We live in a society where our number one product is entertainment. Our number one export in America. I don't know if this is actually true, but think about it. What does America do in 2020? We export entertainment, and athletes and sports is one of them. They're there to entertain us. I keep looking up at the Yankees and Braves baseball game. It's tied at 2 in the bottom of the second. And thank God baseball's back. And hopefully the players that screwed up early on have thought it through, and going forward we're going to be able to crown a World Series champion, an NBA champion, and an NHL champion, an NFL. But college and high school are the sports that need to come back. Some people are excited about the prospect. Oh, we're going to have a spring season. We'll have a fall season. And I don't care about that. Well, of course I watch. I'm watching hockey in August, for crying out loud. Of course I'd watch. I've always been of the opinion that when you punish the kids, the college athletes, you end up hurting lower down the line. And this is a case where you're actually hurting by not playing the Big Ten and the Pac-12. They're hurting themselves. They could bubble themselves on campus, because most of these college campuses have a big-time Division One, have a athletes dorm. So they could bubble that dorm, feed them up there, move them. We have a thing in the world of. They have a thing in the world of corrections where if you have a high security unit, you shut the entire prison down to move that unit from place to place, and you can do that with college athletes. You're moving them to practice. You shut the campus down. You have certain movement times. You move the athletes to practice. You move them to the mess hall to eat. You move them back to the dorm. Creating a bubble. Sanitizing everything in between. You could do it. It could be done. Especially on these big campuses. So I ask again, why aren't we playing? Why aren't we playing college football? Why is schools like Nebraska being threatened if they want to play, they're going to get kicked out of their contract, their conference, with their lucrative contract? Let's go to Twitter and check out, see if there's any new hashtag we want to play trending. Okay. Well, today is August 12th, so Spencer Rattler. He is a quarterback from the University of Oklahoma. Tweets, we need football. The country needs football. We understand the precautions we have to take every single day for this to happen, and we are more than willing to do that. There's been too much hard work put in to bring everything to a halt. Hashtag we want to play. Cat, Shaquille O'Neal, NBA Hall of Famer. I stand with the student athletes. Hashtag we want to play. Read those ones. Mike Pence, Vice President. America needs college football. It's important for student athletes, schools, and our nation. These great athletes have worked their whole lives for the opportunity, complete with the college gridiron. They deserve a chance safely back on the field. Hashtag we want to play. Coach Dan Mullen. He is currently the head football coach of the Florida Gators, the evil Florida Gators. He says, I'm so proud of our players. Their commitment to medical guidelines to stay safe has showed their resolve. See, the players can do this. This is what the Big Ten and Pac-12 officials don't believe. They don't believe the players can police themselves. Back to his tweet. Stay safe and showed their resolve in preparing the right way for the season. They deserve to play this fall. They have worked so hard for this. Let's fight for them and find a way. Hashtag we want to play. Just looking through some other ones. I'm trying to find. There's a lot of blue check marks, but I'm not entirely sure. Governor Ron DeSantis from Florida. We must give student athletes the opportunity to compete, especially for our students from underprivileged backgrounds that are looking to use sports to advance their education. Hashtag we want to play. Graham, U.S. Senate candidate from South Carolina. I'm with Trevor Lawrence. He wants to play, and I want to watch him play. Hashtag we want to play. So it's all over. It's politics. It's athletes. It's retired athletes like Shaq. Lane Kiffin, the head coach at Ole Miss. Ole Miss. Yeah, Ole Miss, head coach at Ole Miss. Our players want to play. Our staff wants to coach them. I'm so proud of our team. Hashtag we want to play at Ole Miss football. So you got guys that get out there, talking heads can get up there and sit up on ESPN and spout off their nonsense. You know, ESPN's going to get paid regardless. They're going to get theirs. They stayed on the air through the pandemic, even though there were no sports. They stayed on and they found ways to fill the time. These college athletes, again, like I said, this fall might be their last. Why take that away from them? Oh, but you say, oh, wait a minute. If they don't play this year, they can save their eligibility. So normally you have a team of 4 years, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So now you put, and fifth-year seniors. But now you're putting in a full fifth class because you'll have next year's freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, and super seniors, the fifth-year class. Somebody somewhere isn't going to get the playing time that they would have the year before. Let's talk about Joe Burrow and something he said yesterday. He's the number 1 overall draft pick for the Cincinnati Bengals. On August 12th of 2019, did you know who Joe Burrow was? Did you? I didn't. And I follow the SEC. On August 12th of 2019, 1 year ago today, I had no idea who he was. The kid, all he did was go out, win the Heisman, win the national championship, and become the number 1 overall draft pick. He had a season for the ages. Now everybody assumes Trevor Lawrence is going to be that guy, or Joe Fields at Ohio State are going to be that guy. But maybe there's a quarterback at Alabama or Georgia, or let me talk about the schools that aren't playing. Minnesota, Michigan, USC, Oregon. Maybe there's a running back who's going to go out and win the Heisman, or could have, and gotten himself paid number 1 overall draft. Joe Burrow last year, maybe he's drafted in the 5th round, 6th round. And then Cincinnati, let's just say they draft him in the 6th round. They would have drafted another quarterback, right? So maybe Joe Burrow didn't make the team if he didn't have a senior year. Maybe, but maybe not. See how important it is to have that last year of eligibility? Now, Trevor Lawrence, who wants to play, but beside the point, let's just say Trevor Lawrence could have opted out. He could have said, I got mine. I'm going to be the number 1 draft pick. Not going to play. But a kid at Oregon or USC that you haven't heard of yet, Wisconsin maybe, not going to happen. They got to play. This is their future. You say, well, they're in college. They should be going to college for something useful. Yeah, okay. There's a million kids in college that aren't going for useful programs. Old joke on the athlete is to take an underwater basket weaving. Well, how about the new joke on the millennial that they took women's studies or something, and there's only so many jobs you can get in that field. So college isn't the guaranteed money that you all think it is. But these athletes, these football players, these basketball players, they have a chance. Same as any field. But they need to be in their field. I went to college to play football. I'm not ashamed of it. I didn't go to SUNY Canton because I was going to be something certain special. I went to Canton for 2 years to play football and then was going to transfer. I was going to get my liberal arts degree, which I did, and then I was going to transfer and go somewhere else. Well, life changed. Wasn't in the cards. I went back to Canton and I got a degree in something else. But the bottom line is when I was 18 years old, I chose a school for football. So we're going to keep watching this. We're going to keep watching this college football development. Hopefully the SEC and the ACC and the Big 12 play along with the Sun Belt and the Western Athletic Conference. And what's the fifth one? See, the Mountain West and the MAC have closed their doors. So the Sun Belt, the Western Athletic Conference, and Conference USA, hopefully they play. Hopefully we have some great college football this fall and some great NFL football and a great World Series. We're going to have football. We're going to have baseball. We're going to have sports again. We're going to get back to sports. And we're going to get through this pandemic while the Dems panic. And that's my take. What's yours?